Some people say that this town rains more than any city in any state. Almost every other week, there's a day or two of rain. What's not to like about it? Cool weather and a beautiful constant breeze. On top of that, I have been living quite comfortably for several months. Until now. Night 1. The rain had come in quite quickly this time around. As usual, I lay down at 10 p.m. to wake up in time for work and stop for a cup of coffee on the way there. Tonight, the rain was gentle and easy to listen to, along with gentle thunder off in the distance. I fell asleep with the blankets halfway around my stomach. I woke up at 2 a.m. to what sounded like a bang on my window. I jumped and quickly looked over to see nobody there. There seemed to be a smudge on the glass, with drips drizzling down from the condensation. I went back to bed and fell back asleep. Night 2. Tonight, I had a hell of a time after work, and I came home late after plenty of drinking at the bar with a couple of co-workers. They had to get home quickly, so I took it upon myself to get home and not have to deal with a tow truck. My driving was a little messy, but nothing too dangerous. Besides the rain, of course. I'd gotten home at around 11:45 p.m. I threw my keys on the bed and crashed down beside it. 2 a.m. I had awoken to a bang on the window again. I woke up quickly, completely startled and slightly hungover. I looked up at the glass and I saw what looked like a palm with one finger pressed against it. I got up and I peeked through the palm and saw what looked like a dark figure standing across the street in a large puddle of water, completely still. I had to go to sleep. It was too late and I was tired. I went back to bed and I fell back asleep after a while of tossing and turning. Night 3. It has been raining much longer than usual. The gutters in the streets have been completely flooded, and the grass on my lawn has been well oversaturated. It's felt humid all day today, and I had difficulty falling asleep. About half an hour to 45 minutes later, I went to take a Xanax, washed down with a shot of Captain Morgan's Old Spice rum. I fell asleep, as relaxed as can be. The banging on the window woke me up yet again. This time, there were 2 fingers against the foggy glass. This shit's getting old fast, I thought to myself. I peeked out the window, and in the middle of the street, I saw again that same figure. I stared at it for several minutes. It didn't move once. Thunder came rolling in. Then, with a flash of lightning, I realized this was a woman. I was creeped out. I went to the living room and grabbed my phone to call 000. The phone was disconnected due to heavy downpour. I quickly looked outside. Nobody was there. I went back to my room and I looked outside again to see if anybody might be out there. Nothing. The markings on the window had been covered with more condensation. I laid back down with the blanket secured tightly around me. It was very cold. I didn't fall back to sleep that night. Night 4. I came home pissed and tired as all hell. I tried telling my co-workers about last night and the strange things that have been happening. They continued to laugh and mock me, no matter how hard I tried to convince them. I asked a couple of them if I could stay at their house for a night or two, just until the rain clears up. They told me, "You'll be fine. You just need sleep." They think I'm crazy. I took a couple of shots of Captain Morgan and washed more Xanax down my throat as I desperately tried to relax. With how warm the rain usually is, you forget you even need a heater. I couldn't fall asleep. It was too cold. And all I could think of is, what next? I stayed up, not even wanting to fall asleep, shivering as I breathe out, watching my own cold, foggy breath. I couldn't sleep, not even if I wanted to. Later, at about 1:45 a.m., I started nodding out, waking as I feel the vertigo of my head falling forward. I quickly wake back up, look around, and I see nothing. I nodded out again, this time startled to the loud bang against the window. There, I saw a full palm print with all 5 fingers. My heart was pounding. I didn't want to get up, but I knew I had to. After sitting there for a couple of minutes, staring at the glass, I then got up and peeked through the palm print in the window, and I saw nothing there. The room got colder, my body completely frozen in fear. I turned around slowly, and I saw the shadow of the woman, standing in the doorway, completely still. With a crash of thunder and a flash of lightning, I saw her face up close. Icy, light blue eyes sucked up inside of pitch black sockets, missing half of her cheek, with her teeth and her gums showing. Blood dripped down her face and her neck through her fizzy brown hair. It was dark again. She stood there, as lifeless as can be. I then said, trembling over my own words, "Who are you? What do you want with me?" She didn't say anything. Then, she began to come towards me, as if she were floating. I jumped over my bed and darted into the living room, running outside. I looked behind myself as I ran. I saw nobody chasing me. This is not possible. She was dead. How could she even be standing there, let alone float towards me? I contemplated to myself. I went to the police station several blocks down. I explained to the officers there what had happened and, well, of course, they laughed at me and wanted me to take a breathalyzer test. I wasn't drunk enough to be taken in for being drunk in public. I waited in the lobby for a little while longer, until they told me I had to go. When I left, it seemed as if the clouds were clearing up. There was almost nothing left but the rain on the sidewalk and in the gutters. When I got home, my front door was still open. I got inside and locked the door behind me. I checked every room, and she wasn't there anymore. Finally, it's over, I said to myself. I called in work since the sun was about to rise, and I hadn't slept the whole night. I had a nice hot shower, changed out of my clothes, and laid in bed completely exhausted. A few days later, still nothing. I still can't stop thinking about it, but I knew that everything was going to be okay. It had drizzled a few times, but nothing major. I had decided to move out as soon as I had enough money to get everything out and all that, which isn't much at all. I'd slept comfortably for almost a week. Until last night, when I woke up to a loud bang on the window again. I quickly looked up, and I saw many handprints on the window. I don't like the rain anymore.